James, new year, new me, new podcast.
Hey, I like it. 2017 trailer hits coming at you.
Yes.
That was good.
All right, welcome everybody.
Hello.
First episode of 2017.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to all. We're going to get right into it with trailers, all that good stuff.
We missed a lot.
Yeah.
So we got to catch everyone up.
You were so anxious, by the way. It was like we recorded our last episode of the year, and then immediately the Dunkirk trailer dropped, and you just like texted me and you were like, dude, Dunkirk.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told Kevin instantly after we recorded, I'm like, do you know how many trailers are going to come out in the 2 weeks during like the holiday break? It's like prime time for trailers.
Yep.
And the next day, it was Dunkirk.
Yep. But luckily, we're going to be talking about that and pretty much every other trailer that dropped within the past couple of weeks, in just a little bit.
Because you guys have probably been holding your breath since those trailers came out.
Please breathe. We're here.
We're ready.
Before we do that, we're going to need some music.
Yep.
James, any preference this week?
I haven't thought about music in a while. So
really?
How about I was going to say something from Moana, the Disney movie, but that would get flagged, right?
Metal it is!
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Turn the lights and grab a seat. Pour yourselves a whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these feature releases by the movie trailers. We're trailer hits. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're trailer hits.
Which, by the way, speaking of music, shout out to Stage Banter for having us on.
Oh, yeah. Nice segue.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
Lovely. Thank you very much to the guys there. And
for those uninitiated, we did our top 5 albums of the year for Stage Banter.
well, you did your top 5 albums of the year.
And then you heckled.
I commented from the Peanut Gallery.
Yes,
Thank
of
you.
course. So you should definitely go check out Stage Banter's page. You can find them on iTunes. So yes, that episode is available, but so is every episode of Stage Banter, and you should
That's
totally
right.
listen to them because they're super good. And while you're listening to Stage Banter, you can then pull up Nerd Soup because
What is Nerd Soup, Kevin?
Nerd Soup is a nerd podcast where they talk about movies, comic books, video games, music, the whole 9 yards.
I love all those things.
Lynn, you would love Nerd Soup.
I
James.
already listened to it, so I already know I love it.
And speaking of, I'm on their episode that actually just dropped this week.
That's
so
right.
You can hear my voice twice this week. You know, most people don't get that.
I know. I try to keep it to one, but somehow you sneak some other vocals in there.
I'm gonna
keep
just keep going, getting on podcasts. You're not gonna be able to avoid me. I will be on Serial season 3.
Yeah.
I'll find.
Well, no, you don't want to be on Serial season 3. That would be bad.
No, if you're like an expert or something like.
But you're not an expert, Kevin.
I'm an expert on trailers, one. But let's say like, you know, their next season is about SeaWorld. Like, I could just really know a bunch of shit about orcas, and then I could be on...
Do you know a bunch of shit about orcas?
I would have to research like anyone. You have to start somewhere, James.
This is too much work. Anyway, shout out to John and Mike for Nerd Soup.
Yes, of course. Shout out.
Having Kevin on the show and hopefully promoting us, and we're promoting you, and... Back scratching all around.
Let's just do this cross-promotional circle jerk for a while. And now we're going to tumble right into Hitchhikers. Guys, you've waited patiently for us to come back. We got more trailer reviews for you.
We have a shit ton of trailers.
Yes. So right now we're at what, 19?
I think we're at 19.
Okay,
and for just a fresh reminder, because it's a fresh new year, it's a fresh new you, listener. Hitchhikers are the trailers that listeners send us via email, Facebook, however. They're the ones we don't have time to really dive into. So we're going to talk about them rapid fire.
Yes.
Rapid fire reviews of these trailers. We got 19 of them.
Yep, they're going to go quick. For the uninitiated, our rating system is as follows. It's either need to see, need to see more, or never need to see. In addition, if James and I both give a trailer a need to see it, that means that we have to watch the movie when it comes out, preferably opening weekend.
We'll do our best to do that.
And then there may be a bonus episode in which we compare the trailer to the movie itself,
Yes.
vice versa. all that
Again,
good stuff.
we'll do our best to do that. We've done it once. It turned out a success, I think. I think it was
too. I like
was
it.
really fun.
It's for Arrival if you want to dig back.
Yep. And we'll have some more coming up too in the new year, and we hope to keep doing it. Yes.
Well, we've both seen Rogue One, so we can.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm
holding Rogue One hostage though until we do Ring versus Grudge.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
So we are going to set a target time.
Target time.
We're going to set a target time.
We failed a lot in the past.
It's almost all of them we have failed, yes. And so, you've said episode after episode, Kevin, we should do...
Shoot high.
Shoot really high. And then that way we'll obviously succeed. So for the first one of the new year, James, I think we need a confidence builder for 19. I say 45 minutes.
I love it. I think we can do it in 45 minutes.
It's gonna be like 2 hours later. We're gonna be like,
right.
okay, we can't do the rest of the episode now. Okay, James, are you ready, sir?
I got the stopwatch ready.
Okay, I'm ready as well.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Unforgettable. It's about Rosario Dawson starting a relationship with a divorcee. His ex-wife, played by Katherine Heigl, is crazy, and craziness ensues. I realized about halfway through watching this tonight that I'd already seen this trailer. I forgot Unforgettable. That can't be a good sign, right? Never need to see.
The acting here looks intense and totally believable, but when it comes to Katherine Heigl framing Rosario Dawson for stuff, it gets really confusing. In a framing montage, they tried to introduce a new part of the story with Rosario's past, but it ended up muddling the whole thing. Need to see more.
Going in style, it's about a group of 3 old guys who decide to become bank robbers because of the economy. Trailer didn't really land for me due to its overabundance of, look, they're old jokes. But I'll give points to Zach Braff for not including an Iron Wine song in there. He's growing up. Never need to see.
This is a Zach Braff film?
Directed by.
I did not know that. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure who is able to sign Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, and Alan Arkin on for this movie, but I'd like to shake their hand. Okay, it might be Zach Braff. This trailer is 3 living legends having a blast. They look like they're having fun. The story is simple to follow, and the humor is witty enough for me. I would pay to see Caine, Freeman, and Arkin rob a bank. Need to see it.
Holy shit.
I know.
Discrepancy. Lost City of Z. It's about explorers looking for, pretty jungle shots aside, I don't really have enough to invest in this yet. And I own Planet Earth, so I'm good on jungles. Never need to see.
Took a while to get moving. Voiceover over scenery doesn't quite do it for me. I'm getting an Indiana Jones vibe without any fun element. Zero fun, sir. Never need to see it.
Edge of Winter. It's about a divorced father taking his kids out into the wilderness, but when their truck breaks down, conflict. So I'm loving the ambiguity of whether the father is the true threat to the story or not, and Joel Kinnaman looks like he's aces here. Just need a little more to go off of as to why they have no point of contact to get them out of the woods to start with. Need to see more.
A drama about a father with anger issues trying to get in good graces with his kids. Shit. JK, upgrade the anger to straight up unhinged. Creepy tone, solid looking performances, but looks like I've seen a similar movie before. But the mom is Stacy from Big Wolf on Campus. I had such a crush on her growing up, so I'll give it a need to see more.
Okay, The Ardennes. It's about a guy who gets out of prison and he wants to get back to criming it up with his brother. Who's crimed out? Crime ensues. I'm liking the shadows going on in the cinematography, but I'm not sure what would set this apart from any other crime thriller. Also, I just saw a major character get hit by a car in this trailer. That's something I'd keep under my hat. Never need to see.
I'll say this for it. For a foreign film, this was super easy for me to follow visually while reading the subtitles. Kudos for that. I liked this. The overall aesthetic looks solid. The performance is genuine. But there's something missing from this trailer. I can't quite put my finger on it. Need to see more.
All right, now let's fuck up. I fucked up saying fuck ups.
Go.
Alone in Berlin, set in Germany during World War II. It's about a coffin maker whose son dies in the war, and he makes it his mission to spread the message that, maybe Hitler's a dick. I said, deck cast, though. Given that a potential demagogue is taking office soon, I can definitely get behind a movie about an ordinary person living in an oppressive regime, spreading malcontent amongst the populace. That said, I kind of wish there was more to the protagonist's conflict than, but my son, given the devastation that Hitler wrought. Need to see more.
Damn, is Daniel Brühl ever going to not play a Nazi?
Nope.
Poor guy. Anywho, this looks super interesting. A story that I've not heard before, brought to life by actors that I enjoy the hell out of. Need to see it.
The Last Word. It's about an old woman who wants her obituary written before her death, so she asks an obituary writer to do so, and then they become BFFs. It seems like the obituary writer is the one who grows in this movie, not the old woman who's set up to be an asshole, which is my biggest red flag. Also, for those playing indie movie trailer bingo at home, check off Smartass Kid, Ukulele in the trailer, Out of Place Friendship, and a reference to a great band. I didn't get bingo. Never need to see.
Man, this woman puts the bitch in obituary. Oh shit, they used that joke in the trailer.
Yeah,
now I've heard it out loud, it wasn't that funny. Oh well. For a movie that needs to be all heart, the trailer doesn't do a good enough job showing that it has enough heart at all. Never need to see it.
War on Everyone. It's a comedy about two corrupt cops trying to solve a crime. Michael Pena, who I think is severely underrated, is playing a dirty cop in an extremely stylish comedy. Lay down your arms, War on Everyone, then bring it in, because I need to see it.
Wow. The style looks great, but the trailer doesn't seem to highlight the chemistry between its two leads very well, which makes me nervous. The humor doesn't really come across. Plus, plus the corruption plot seems really confusingly explained in the trailer. The toupee bit was pretty good enough, but never need to see it.
Oh my God, the discrepancies! Lady Macbeth. It's not the Shakespeare play. It's set in the, I don't know, 1800s or some shit, and it's about a woman whose affair with a slave is seen as a no-no. This totally took me by surprise. I'm loving the directorial style on display here. I'm not big on Victorian era stories, so much so that I don't even know if this is Victorian era or not.
Sure.
And unfortunately, the central premise is still just a little too stuffy for me to go all in. But damn, it's almost got me. Need to see more.
God, we're so close. So I loved everything about this trailer. Between the action, the cuts, and the music, the pacing built masterfully. I could actually feel my heartbeat rise. And for a story that is as simple as bad marriage plus affair equals murder, I'm there. Need to see it.
That's fair. 13 minutes. It's set in Germany during World War II and is about a man who attempted to assassinate Hitler. 13 minutes. You and Alone in Berlin should get a beer. You two would probably get along. For me, like Alone in Berlin, looks solid but not enough for me to commit. Need to see more.
Man, there sure are a lot of Nazi movies, aren't there? This one does seem pretty visually awesome stuff, or does some pretty visually awesome stuff with the Hail Hitler salute throughout the trailer, though. Overall, I'd give it a need to see more.
Tommy's Honor. It's about a guy back in the old days being good at golf, but he's poor. I said, not for me. Throwing this one out. 4. Never need to see.
I do love me an inspirational sports movie. Add in the beautiful setting and scenery of 19th century Scotland, and you've piqued my interest. But if I'm being honest, a caddy who dreams to become a golfer feels like a story I've seen before. Need to see more.
Isn't that Happy Gilmore, basically? No, that's hockey.
Moving on.
The Bronx Bull. It's a movie that they were going to call Raging Bull 2, even though it's not an official sequel, and then they had to change their title for legal reasons. Also, it looks dumb. Never need to see.
So, fighting is bad unless you throw on gloves and put people in between ropes. Then God says it's okay, according to the priest. Got it. This looks like it's trying to be the Godfather Part 2 of boxing movies with the multi-timeline intercutting stories. Sorry, this is an offer I can refuse. Never need to see it.
Boom! Una. It's about a woman who was sexually abused as a child, finding her abuser and confronting him in his now relatively normal life. I said, fuck, that's a premise, all right. Quite the cast, too. However, given context and tone, I feel like I'd get this as a disc from Netflix and then end up sending it back after a couple months because I never was in the mood to watch it. Need to see more.
Woof, definitely an unsettling topic that demands your full attention, and it got mine between wanting to see more of Ben Mendelsohn and stuff and knowing how good Rooney Mara is, plus the unsettling story plot. However, the trailer itself was rather choppy, didn't like the style of the trailer. Need to see more.
It's fair. The Lovers. It's about a married couple who are both having affairs, leave each other for their lovers, and then start cheating on their new partners with each other. I'd be so on board for this if this was an all-out comedy, but right now it's that weird dramedy mix that doesn't hit enough pleasure centers for either style for me. But I still find the trailer pretty charming, so need to see more.
Turning the marriage affair trope on its head, and it couldn't be more charming. This is the John Lithgow, Catherine O'Hara side plot from Orange County, fleshed out into a full movie, and I must say I find it charming and fun, even though that button at the end of the trailer fell completely flat.
Yeah,
I
definitely
need to see it.
And to be fair, it is charming. All right, Don't Knock Twice. It's about a mother who has a daughter that's targeted by a witch. Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. She knocked on the door in the first place. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, about that old lady that cut her throat. When you lean a bit too heavy on the Babadook, look out your window and I'll be gone. But the style is the reason I'm not traveling on. Don't Knock Twice. It's all right. Need to see more.
That's Bob Dylan stuff, right?
Sure is.
Okay, good. I respect a horror film that tries out new kind of lore. This isn't the most original I've seen, but it is far from the least original.
Yeah.
Plus, the horror visuals look really refreshing and creepy. Overall, I'd wait to knock twice. Need to see more.
Sure. Untitled. A synopsis would normally go here, but I don't know what the fuck. It's definitely an atmospheric trailer, and I thought the atmosphere was solid, but I can't get a gauge on your visual style if you keep fading to black. Untitled. I just want to see you. Literally. Need to see more.
Shot in the dark, this movie's about technology being scary. Who the fuck knows? The narrowing title cards were a cool effect, though. Never need to see it.
Clinical. It's about a therapist who's attacked by her patient. 2 years later, she's haunted by it emotionally, but maybe physically as well. So she gets attacked by a patient, and the first patient she sees in 2 years is at her fucking house? Clinical. Set it in a psych hospital. Do you know how fucking dope that would have been? Never need to see.
Sound design and imagery here are super disturbing, and the trailer toes the line perfectly of, is she insane or is she just being haunted? Need to see more, though.
XX. It's a horror anthology featuring all-female directors. Anthologies are typically hit or miss as they go on. So, of the four, the one about the kid not eating made me giggle. 2, the one set in the woods looks, I don't know, fine. The birthday party one got only 4 shots in the trailer, but that was my favorite visually. And the last one with the doll, I think was only featured right at the end, so I don't know. Need to see more.
Anthology films are really tricky to sell in trailers, but this one delivers really well, I think. Even though the tones of the different shorts seem different, the trailer is super cohesive and creepy. Need to see it.
Chips. It's a 21 Jump Street style reboot of the 80s TV show. It's Michael Pena, who I think is extremely underrated, playing a cop in a 21 Jump Street style reboot. Man, there's no way they can fuck this up. Oh, wait, homophobia will do it. Never need to see it.
I'd rather watch this than Baywatch, but that's not setting the bar very high. I like Michael Pena, and his chemistry with Dax is better than the war on everyone, but I need to see more.
I disagree, but whatever.
Shit.
Just time it.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Stop.
How do we do?
We are well under the 45 minutes allowed, Kevin.
How under? I'm not going to celebrate until I get a number, sir.
Okay, guys, we did that in 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
Oh my god!
High five.
High five!
Cheers,
Look at that
cheers.
shit.
We're
we're cheesing.
What are we high-fiving for? We have whiskey.
We have whiskey right here.
cheers.
We should drink that.
Lovely.
Or maybe I shouldn't. I fucked up a lot right there at the beginning. It's the cobwebs. We haven't done it in a while.
It's a new one, new year.
New year.
Shake the cobwebs off.
Yep.
It's all good.
Yeah. Now, all right. Well, hey, we were able to finally do a Hitchhiker segment under time.
Yes, we did.
And substantially under as well.
Yeah. So next time we'll make it less than 45 minutes.
Maybe 40.
Maybe 40. Yeah.
Maybe 44.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see. Yes, that was our first Hitchhiker segment, guys. But now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to take a trailer. We're going to talk about it from top to bottom. Give you our full, unbridled thoughts that can't be distilled in just 2 sentences. And we are starting this at the beach. Dunkirk, specifically.
Dunkirk. Ooh, not a fun beach.
No. A lot of death.
The enemy tanks have stopped.
Why?
Why waste precious tanks when they can pick us off from the air like fish in a barrel?
There are 400,000 men on this beach.
All right, Dunkirk. Maybe more like Dunkirk? We'll see in a sec.
That's not setting the bar very high.
So this is Dunkirk. It is written and directed by Christopher Nolan.
I know him. I know of him.
And I think many people do, but just in case, the Dark Knight trilogy, Memento, The Prestige.
To name a few.
He's done a few pretty good movies.
Yeah.
So expectations are very high for this. This is starring Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Mark Rylance, Harry Styles is in this, Kenneth Branagh. And you know what? I want to start a new thing here tonight. I think that it's kind of a shame that like so many people star in movies, but like only like the top billing get any love or credit or whatever. So I'm going to start this right now. I'm always going to name drop like a smaller actor in this.
That's not a new thing, Kevin. You've been doing that a while. Go for it.
I mean, I've been committing, but it's a new year. It's a new me. I'm committing to
Let's
this
spread
fully.
some love. We'll make it quick, though.
So, this is
person.
also starring Bradley Hall, who plays the sailor on Destroyer.
Good job, Bradley Hall.
So, Bradley Hall, fucking good for you,
We'll be
man.
watching you.
We'll be watching you.
Yeah.
Maybe, depending on how we feel about this
This trailer might be real stupid.
Yes,
I don't
okay.
know.
So, Dunkirk is set during World War II. It focuses on the Brits, and this trailer opens up with some soldiers walking down the street. There seems to be some paper flying around. Hey, no big deal. Litter is the least of their worries, am I right? But unfortunately, it's not litter. It's a pamphlet that is a map of where they are, Dunkirk, with a bunch of lines pushing in, and the heading says, "We are surrounding you," or something to that effect.
And like,
or, you are surrounded.
To be fair, when they were done reading it, it probably became litter.
I mean,
so you weren't wrong.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for using a bullshit technicality to build my confidence. Yeah, I mean, like, so they're surrounded by the Germans. They're picking them off with air people. Yes, fighter pilots.
Aerial attack. They pulled back all their tanks.
They're just, it's fish in a barrel, more or less.
It's fish in a barrel.
Because there's a really good line at the end of the trailer where Kenneth Branagh says, "You can almost see it from here, home." And I thought that was really cool and really effective to know that, like, you are facing certain death and there's a good chance you are going to die. And all the while, you could practically fucking swim to safety. Like
people have swam that, right?
Yes.
Like that, it's not impossible.
No. I mean, it's super fucking hard.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't make it. They're real tough. Not prepared for that kind of athletic.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like in the 40s, everyone's smoking and drinking and shit. Like, no one's gonna have the stamina to fucking make it across a channel.
I mean, if they had a smoke break every like 20 minutes while they were swimming across the channel, maybe.
If there's just like a dolphin with a pack of cigarettes on its nose floating, and then they can like hang on the dolphin a bit.
He drops one in. Ugh, these are Newports.
So anyway, I would say right now it looks to be centered on the heroism and the courage of these British soldiers who are doing their best to make sure they don't fucking die. Yeah. And to try and keep the German forces at bay.
Yeah.
And, you know, it being a Nolan film, there are some fucking beautiful shots in this thing. I really love the Steadicam shot of the two guys carrying the other gentleman in a stretcher across the beach. Mm-hmm. You get another great shot of these dead bodies in the sand, but apparently enough time has passed where the sand is starting to more or less envelop them.
Yeah.
There's really great stuff going on visually. And for all you history buffs out there, you are more than welcome to kind of fill in your own gaps. I have no idea what happens at the Battle of Dunkirk.
I don't either. And I'm like, I really should know this because it's such a famous battle or standoff. Mm. And right after I saw this trailer, I was going to Google it or, Wikipedia it or because, that's how we do research. And,
Damn
and I stopped myself short. And I'm like, hey, first of all, I should know this. But I kind of am, at least for this movie's sake, I'm kind of glad I don't at the moment. And I'm going to go into the movie hopefully not really knowing a whole lot about it.
I wonder how far we can take this. Like, if there was a movie that was coming out where it's like, this is going to be the cure for cancer, and, like, just go to this website and it'll tell you, I think there would be some part of me that'd be like, but I don't want to wreck the movie.
I don't want to ruin it for myself.
Yeah. So cancer can happen for another few months.
Yeah.
And then we'll just, I'll catch up to it after the movie.
Like, I'd appreciate it one way or the other, but imagine my excitement 2 months from now.
I'm going to be bored during that movie if I know what the cure is, man.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, like, I don't really know a lot about the conflict, and I mean, the trailer, I think, is definitely presupposing that you know what the conflict is.
It is, yeah.
Because it doesn't really go into specifics.
Because it's titled Dunkirk.
Yeah, it's like...
you know what this is.
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We both know what's going on here, right? I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you a lot of American World War II history.
Like, I couldn't even tell you that. I'm terrible with remembering historical facts. I'd like to be better at it because I find it all fascinating, but I just can't. It's hard for me to grasp onto that stuff. So
yeah, and so right now, visually it looks really good. I'm also going to say sounds really good, which I know sounds like a weird critique. But I just gotta say, as someone who's seen the past couple of Christopher Nolan movies and not been able to make out all the dialogue, I'm gonna be frank and just say I appreciate the fact that I could hear everything clearly. I knew what people were saying and when, who was saying it.
Yeah. Interstellar, it was very difficult to make out dialogue.
Especially when they're driving through the fucking cornfield,
or launching in orbit, which I get it. It's loud. You're on a rocket. It's probably loud.
Or you're running over corn. I would assume that's loud,
but your
too.
audience still needs to hear what you spent time writing.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, if you're not able to hear clearly at all, then what's the point of having it there in the first place?
Exactly.
Because that was, for a while, that became like Christopher Nolan's lens flare. Was like, you can't hear what the fuck people are saying. And like, I'm kind of hoping, like Abrams, he's kind of like worked his way out of like...
Sure.
Or maybe I can throw a subtitle.
Yeah,
up here or
all the
something.
super important dialogue is going to be taking place when the planes are firing their machine guns.
Yeah,
down the road.
exactly.
I didn't quite catch. Oh, he's dead now. I guess it's not that big a deal.
I feel like this is a big character moment, and he's dead.
Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, like, overall right now, like, I'm feeling pretty positive vibes for this. But, James...
Yeah.
Are you going to go ahead and christen this Dunkirk, or how are you feeling?
I'm going to give this a correct pronunciation. Dunkirk. Wait, that makes it sound like I'm done with it, though.
Yeah.
So never
yeah.
mind. I liked it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I liked this trailer a lot. Everything you said, the visuals were stunning, as we've come to be kind of familiar with Christopher Nolan films.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of his main go-to guys in there. Mm-hmm. It looks good. It looks interesting. The vibe of it didn't feel like a war film. It felt like a survival film.
Yeah.
Like, but set in the war. Like, that's really fascinating. And we've gotten stuff similar to that before with a movie literally called Lone Survivor and you know, movies like that. But this actually felt... Because Lone Survivor and films like that, films of the past, I think still felt like war films. They were war military films. This one felt almost like Jaws or something. Like... This just the slow burn anticipation of your inevitable maybe demise.
Yeah.
Like fish in a barrel type of terrifyingness.
Because they're really vulnerable.
Yeah,
throughout
it's
the
super
entirety.
vulnerable, and it's just almost all hope has gone from them. It's almost... See, you mentioned how the heroics and the bravery, but I almost didn't get that at all, which I liked about it. I got... scared and just terrified.
I definitely
abandoned
think
all hope.
I definitely think that the terror is certainly present, but like what I'm thinking about specifically is I would have to assume that Chameleonaire Murphy.
Kachillion, fulfillion, million, babillion, fillion, million, Murphy, go. Moving on.
So that motherfucker washes up onto like some boat, and this old dude is like driving him, and he's like, "Oh, sweet, so we're going back to England, right?" And the old guy's like, "No, we're going back to Dunkirk."
Yeah.
He's like, "Dude, if we go there, we're gonna die." And he says, more or less, like, "We have to do this.
Yeah.
This is what we're supposed to do."
Yeah.
So like, there is definitely some courage to it, where it's, you know.
But
You were making that choice to... Because any of them could have fucking swam. I mean, it looked like one dude was trying to swim.
That's right. You just gotta flag down those seagulls for those cigarettes. And you can totally make it. I swear to God. Yes. Yeah. That was a good point about the guy basically telling him, "No, we have to go back. We have to do this." But yeah, the style was just so very unique for a war setting film of just like everything I just said. I'm not going to re-say it because that would be reiterating myself, and we don't have time for that shit.
Nope. We are stepping on this
Dunkirk,
shit right
I liked it a lot.
Okay,
I really did.
now. But how would you rate
I would rate this and need to see it.
it? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to listen to me flip a coin live right now.
Really?
Because I'm in between need to see and need to see more right now.
Okay, all right.
And I think just because, I think from a story perspective, it's pretty much like there in terms of what I'd look for or want. In terms of theme, yeah, definitely. And I think we are, over the course of the next few years, going to get a lot of movies that more or less amount to, boy, it sure doesn't feel like there's a lot of hope, but we got to do this thing. Because, I mean, fuck, we already have it with Rogue One. We're already going to be, you know, like both of the fucking German trailers we reviewed in the Hitchhiker segment are more or less that.
More or less that, yeah.
And so I think we're going to get a lot of these kinds of movies. But, I mean, yeah, it's certainly fucking relevant right now. And I can really appreciate that. I am missing character right now because at this point now, I pretty much just have Kenneth Branagh. And I wouldn't call this a pejorative, but he's more or less just saying platitudes on a beach. You know, like, we have to fucking do this because, you know, it's like... And alternating between that and going like... you're fucked. And you get some of Camille and Murphy on a boat, hanging out, looking scared, and then you got an old dude who's not. I just have very broad strokes of the soldiers involved, but especially if they're the ones that are making the sacrifices, I'd really love to get to know them, so that way, when or if their deaths come, it really impacts me, and that's the sort of stuff that I really like in war movies when it's done effectively.
Hey, man, I wish you would have brought that up before I gave my rating, because that is a really good point. There is a lack of character development or character setup there for this trailer, and that's a really good point. Too bad. My rating is signed, sealed, delivered. It's gone.
But the hope is drained from your eyes. You are watching that rating float away right now.
Oh, bummer.
Bummer.
That's okay. No. I would keep mine at the same, but that is a really good point.
Sure, and bear in mind that's definitely something I'm looking at and something that I'm keeping in the back of my mind. That said, I feel like for the most part, Nolan's character work is usually pretty strong. Especially in The Prestige, I think those characters are so well drawn.
Yeah.
And even Interstellar to a degree, I mean...
the character stuff was probably the highlight of it.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you much else other than character stuff.
I don't really remember that much, to be frank.
It was...
other than I couldn't fucking hear it.
No, yeah, he does character really well.
Yeah.
And
so yes, I think with that kind of being the blow in the air to the coin to say that to heads, I don't know why I committed so much to that. I'm sorry. Basically, what I'm saying is, I also need to see. I will drop the music in here.
Good.
It's all good. But yes, we were at a need to see. So once again, as we stated before, that means we will see this shit as soon as it comes out. I think it's June. Is it?
I think so. Maybe.
So we're going to see this shit as soon as it comes out in June. We're going to review it. We're going to get back to you guys. Until then, though, check out this trailer. It's honestly...
It's a good trailer.
Watch the trailer. Come join our covenant of people who loved it. And you're shaking your head. You're shaking... Look, I'm dusting the cobwebs off of my hitchhikers. I'm dusting the cobwebs off of my transitions.
I respect it, though. Go ahead, finish.
No, I don't want to anymore. I'm hurt.
All right, well, this is Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
Paris, please, open up! I can't do this. I keep infection.
Whatever. All right, so this is Alien Covenant, ladies and gentlemen. This is directed by Ridley Scott, who is the guy who directed the very first Alien movie.
Oh,
so,
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's
and he did Prometheus, which is the last film in the franchise of
for show.
This universe.
Yes, for sure. We will definitely talk about that. This is starring Michael Fassbender, reprising his role from Prometheus, as is Noomi Rapace.
Okay.
Rapace.
That's a name where I recognize it when I see it spelled out, but I've never said it out loud.
The lady from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
Catherine Watterson's in this, James Franco's in it, Billy Crudup, and then our special random shout-out will go to Tess Haubrich. Good job, Tess! You did it!
Tess.
Okay, so from the director of Prometheus, what's this movie about? Because Prometheus, of course, was about a group of scientists who go to a wayward planet, all of a sudden get infected by, or encounter aliens, and then crazy shit ensues.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Alien Covenant is about a group of scientists who stumble on an alien planet, come across some aliens, and then crazy shit ensues. However, the difference between this time it actually... Well, one, there's actually xenomorphs in it.
It carries the name Alien in the title, which
Yes.
Prometheus did not.
That's true. The aliens, the xenomorphs themselves, do make an appearance. And this does definitely, as far as the trailer's concerned, play as a straight horror film, whereas Prometheus was far more just like a sci-fi thriller, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, there was a scene in particular that was very, like, awesome.
Oh, the abortion
horror.
scene?
The C-section scene.
Oh, yeah, it was C-section.
That's a C-section scene, not an abortion scene, for sure.
The C-section scene is off the chain.
Yes.
So, what about this movie? How does it look? Do you think it looks good? I'm just going to start off by saying, with Prometheus, I think that's the most divisive movie I can think of within the last 5 years. Because, like, I know people, yourself included,
Me?
who really enjoyed it. And really got a lot of
tell people that.
And
no, I did. I really enjoyed it.
Wear it on your fucking sleeve, sir.
That's right, I do.
People who really enjoyed it, and then people who hate Prometheus.
Yeah.
And like
which are most of my friends.
Yeah.
That like to tell me how wrong I am.
And I feel like I'm a black sheep because honestly, I was indifferent.
You're in the
like
middle.
it was okay.
Sure.
Like I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Yes, we can all agree that Charlize Theron could have just ran left. But who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like the movie's over. It's done with. I don't know. Like I thought visually, especially Prometheus was really well accomplished.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
And yes, like a lot of the characters make really stupid decisions. And okay, yeah, welcome to horror, I guess.
Yeah.
And sci-fi.
Show me a horror film where no one makes a bad decision throughout the whole movie.
That sounds like a challenge. So feel free to email us at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com.
No one is going to email in because I'm correct.
And so, but anyway,
Challenge extended, audience.
There you go. So for me, the fact that it's hot off the heels of Prometheus, the fact that it features some characters from Prometheus isn't a deterrent for me whatsoever.
Well, and I think for people that, and the people that did hate Prometheus with a passion, I think everyone could universally agree that Michael Fassbender was one of the highlights from it.
Totally.
So if that is the main connection, everyone seems to be like A-okay with that.
Yeah.
Because he was great. He was great in Prometheus. And I think he's probably playing just like another version of an android, and he crushed it. Yeah, so
for sure. As far as like the more horror elements are concerned, the trailer starts off with a lady, and I think she's already covered in blood when we see her running down the hall in the first place.
more splatter.
There's like a little splatter.
Not drenched.
She runs up to this door. You're just disagreeing with me left and right.
That's what I'm here for, Kevin.
The lady runs up to the door. Window, there's another woman inside who's like, you should really let me out, but she's a bit more forceful.
Yeah.
Woman outside the door is like, no.
Gotta contain the infection.
Yeah, and what infection is this per se? Well, some gentleman is spasming behind her, and then something comes out of his spine, and then the last shot we see of this woman inside the room is her holding up a knife and kind of looking scared.
Good luck.
I think she's gonna be okay. Like, the alien is probably like, I will totally spare you if you just, like, give me a knife. I'm sort of stuck in this dude's spine.
Exactly.
Just like,
yeah.
And, like, bring it my
Pretty
way.
sure no one's gonna die in this movie.
Absolutely
That's where we're going, audience.
Yeah. Well, aside from the dude in the shower at the end, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, again, like, scientists go to a wayward planet, and, you know, Chief, I don't think this is a good idea. And Billy Crudup's like, yeah.
But, you know,
A bug flies into a motherfucker's ear, and then here we go.
It
like,
was,
it's pretty much
it was
bloodbath.
like fungus or something. It wasn't even a bug. It was like a spore, like fungal spore that he stepped on, and it like floated into his ear, which seems very convenient.
Yeah.
Like inconvenient for him.
Yeah, totally. But convenient for the story to happen.
Convenient for that fungal spore.
Yes. And then, yeah, we get some pretty straightforward horror shots.
Sure,
People running
yeah.
down hallways, handing each other machine guns.
Screaming. Darkness.
Yeah, for sure. And the very last sequence in the trailer is a couple having sex in the shower, and then...
Or getting ready to... We don't know if they're interrupted by a third party.
At this point, okay, I see where you're going now. I was like, dude, you're disagreeing. Is it?
Oh no, that meant to be a joke. Not a disagreement.
No, that was good. Yeah, and so they're fucking, and then all of a sudden you see a little xenomorph tail creep in because
it's a threesome.
Bow chicka bow. No, it's straight up murder because. This lady screams, then all of a sudden her face is covered with blood splatter.
Yeah.
And that is the note that we end on. So here's the deal. Like, I'm kind of feeling with this trailer the same way I felt about Prometheus after I walked out of the theater, which is, wow, visually that is fucking beautiful. And everything else I'm just sort of indifferent to. Like,
yeah.
Because, I mean, it's wayward scientists making bad decisions and, it's not something that, like, inherently, like, pisses me off like it did for a lot of other people, like friends that I know who have seen the movie and really despise it.
Prometheus, you're talking.
Prometheus, okay. Yes. But with Alien Covenant, like in that movie, it's like, indifferent, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it has to happen for the movie to happen. Yeah, the movie would have been better if the scientists made better decisions.
Well, it's like that, like, egg thing opens up, and he just, like, sticks his face right in it, and I'm like, the second that thing moves, I would just be like, nope, and I'd run away or kill it with fire. Doesn't even matter if it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know. What's his name? Billy Crudup?
Crudup, yeah.
Crudup, yeah. He was that guy, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
and
that's what
he got a face hugger to the face, pretty much.
Yes.
Right away.
Yes.
A lot like Dunkirk, we don't really get a whole lot of character set up in this.
Very true.
We get the one woman who is saying to Billy Crudup that, I don't think we should go down there, and that's a little bit of a character setup, but she's reluctant to go onto an alien world, but who wouldn't be?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's not like an interesting, like, if we had gotten a shot of Danny McBride just straight up being like, yeah, I ate an alien, what up? Like, oh shit, like that's a character right there. I'm in. I want to see that movie, but like, yeah, we don't really have too much to go off of yet.
No. So, like I said though, if it does end up being like similar to like Force Awakens, where it's like a retread of what he had done before with Alien, I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed because of that. It still can be good. Hence, like, because of Force Awakens, I thought Force Awakens was really great. So there you go. That's what I have to say about that, Kevin.
Well, what do you have to say entirely?
See, I was gonna let you go first on this one because I did Dunkirk first, and then you ended up having some great intel. So I want you to go first, and then I'm gonna rock your world after that.
Okay. Well, I will say need to see more.
Okay.
Because again, visually, think it looks really great. For the most part, though, in terms of character, in terms of the scientists making bad decisions and stuff, it all pretty much feels like Prometheus again. And it is. It's just a combination of Prometheus and Alien right now. That's the vibe that I'm getting off of this. Fucking love Alien. Think Prometheus is totally okay.
Yeah.
And right now it's sort of commingling into... the okay is eating the really good for me and just making something that's okay. Yeah. So I need to see more. But
okay, you ready for me to rock your world?
Please.
Well, tough. I'm not gonna get used to disappointment because it's a need to see more for me as well.
I'm not disappointed. I'm kind of happy we agreed.
Okay, good. Yeah, we agree. It's basically the same thing for me that you just said. I loved Alien. I loved Prometheus. Feel free to write in and tell me how wrong I am. I've heard it all before. It's
come at us.
I've heard it all before. Trust me. But I love both of those films. So you'd think, oh, you should like be super excited for this one. But there is a lot that this trailer doesn't show us. And also, horror is not my genre. It just isn't. You know, it never has been. I like really, really, really good horror films if they're like really good films, period. But I like that genre is normally something I never grew up watching, and therefore I didn't really carry over to watching a whole lot of it. So I watch a lot of these things later in life. So I don't gravitate to that genre. I love both Alien and Prometheus, but there's a lot to be desired from this trailer yet.
Yeah.
So that's a need to see more for me.
Okay. Very cool, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm serious though. People call or email in, tell me how wrong I am about Prometheus. I dare you. I dare people to do it.
He's defying you.
I double xenomorph dare you to do it.
Ooh, pretty serious. As serious as a death race?
That's pretty serious.
Nah, that's still a shitty transition.
I was gonna feed into it.
Okay.
I was gonna hype you up that it was an okay transition. It was
It's
garbage.
really not.
It was
No,
garbage.
No, it wasn't. I had nothing planned.
That's okay.
We were talking about Prometheus. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna segue Death Race into this?
Maybe in the year 2050 it would be a better transition.
Maybe, because that's the
see what I did there?
See, we're gonna transition.
We're talking Death Race 2050.
What about Frankenstein? I think Frankenstein will be extinct tomorrow. Are you ready?
Let's score these fuckers.
Oh boy, alright. So we got a bomb on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is Death Race 2050. Even though Roger Corman's name is jizzed all over this trailer, it is not directed by him. It is a gentleman by the name of G.J. Echtenkamp.
I don't even know who Roger Corman is.
He's like a cult director, and when I say cult, I don't mean like he is in a cult. And
No. I knew. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, so this is starring Malcolm McDowell is like really the only major name here. So I'm just gonna cut right to supporting hero who deserves a shout out. Yancey Butler. Normally we would say, "Hey, congrats." Right now, I just kind of feel like saying, "Sorry, man." Like
Yancey Butler.
Yeah, she plays Alexis Hamilton. I'm sure that you did a good job, but I'm sure you can tell by my tone I'm probably not going to see this. Not to just completely give that away right off the gate, but boy, this kind of looks like a horror show, doesn't it, James?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so Death Race 2050. This is a series, by the way. The Death Race movies started with Roger Corman, I want to say back in the 70s, and they were Grindhouse films.
Oh, he directed like an original movie called Death Race?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. I don't even,
you know what,
I don't
it's
even
not-
want to fucking look it up.
Don't even look it up. It's fine.
The original Death Race, to what I understand, is a straight satire, too. And,
Yeah.
like, it's very clear that that's what Death Race 2050 is going for, with Malcolm McDowell, who plays more or less the commissioner to this, introduces it as the United Corporations of America instead of the United States of America. Ho, 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 did you get it?
Because of the corporations of
Oh,
America.
yeah,
type of
capitalism's
stuff. Blah, 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 blah,
bad.
blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's basically the entertainment for America is basically taking these people, putting them in souped-up cars, making them drive cross-country, and the more pedestrians they can hit and kill, the more points, quote-unquote, they get.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of for our entertainment, and it is just supposed to be a general satire. I feel really on the nose. I think the closest it came to getting any sort of pleasure sensor hit out of me is the 3D segments. I think like the 3D gag was like almost there. I mean, like you have the people sitting watching in the TV with like the 3D glasses on or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you're almost, but then immediately it abandons that thread to go into the main character's passenger saying,
They cut my feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, okay. Like, that didn't have anything to do with anything, but whatever. The trailer does. It, like, just sort of hops around a lot, and it's showing a lot of carnage that they did for about $5 by the look of it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's really low budget looking, and I think that looks like they were going for that, maybe.
hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of was a little reminiscent of a movie that came out either last year or a couple years ago called Turbo Kid. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did.
Just the visual style looked kind of similar color palette, and the effects look similar. The only difference is Turbo Kid like had heart to
good?
it, and yeah, there was like charm to it, and it was unique.
Yeah.
And this is it just looks like a straight up retread of, thank you, of the original Death Race,
Yeah.
which I've never seen, but I know of. Mm-hmm. I
Same.
know.
I know
that
they remade it
Yeah.
into a Jason Statham movie a few years ago.
I know the original was a satire. I know they got points for killing pedestrians, and that was something, like, as a kid when I heard about that movie, I was like, that really upsets me. I don't know. I really disliked that aspect of that description of that movie. And then watching this trailer, being a 27-year-old adult, knowing this is like straight up satire, it still upsets me. Like, there's like, it just, the whole, oh, you get points for pedestrians, 50 for an adult, 100 for kids, and then like 200 for senior citizens. All these Americans are like watching this show and like cheering and stuff. It's just a satire thing that there's no realm of believability in it at all. And I feel like satires need a little bit of this could happen for me to be like, oh, satire. It's kind of like, crazy.
You want there to at least be a nugget of truth.
Yeah, like the entire citizens of the United States would never get behind watching a race where people are actively trying to kill innocent pedestrians. That it's just something people inherently would not allow. So I have a hard time stomaching that part of this movie, and that's the main thing that stuck out to me, because that thing that bothered me as a kid, and it's bothering me still. And it's just, I find that fascinating that it still bothers me so much.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like, ultimately, that's fair though. Because satire can definitely go too far. You can take a joke and push it way over the line. And it doesn't necessarily go over the line for me.
Sure.
But it just kind of feels puerile, I guess. It's just like a 14-year-old trying to shock you.
Sure.
And like, I don't really as often, but every once in a while I play video games online, and like, you know, like it's pretty easy to not be offended at that sort of shit, because it is clearly just someone who's trying to rile up, you know, their audience, be it a movie or whatever video game communication channel you're in.
That's a good point.
If you're listening to a douchey 14-year-old in Call of Duty.
Or Grand Theft Auto.
Or Grand Theft Auto, fucking fill in the blank.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ultimately, like, like, you're going to have people killing innocent pedestrians, but ultimately, what's your point? Like, and I would even appreciate it more if they even took it further. If, like, you kill someone and then, like, they hold a funeral for that person, but then they drive through the funeral. Like, see, like, that would actually be, like, sort of entertaining or whatever. And, like, I think to throw a pie at the concept would probably be a good idea, especially for the series, because at least to what I understand, there are multiple entries in the Death Race canon.
Yeah.
Not including the remake. And, like, honestly, like, fuck with it a bit more. And I can understand, like, some sort of feeling that now more than ever, like, Death Race is relevant because, like, you know, our culture is going to go to shit because of Donald Trump and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you're not really doing anything different, to what I understand, that Death Race did back in the 70s.
You might as well just say, hey, watch Death Race.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or it was called Death Race 2000, right? Back then?
I don't care.
Okay.
I really wish I could say, oh, dude, this trailer totally made me laugh as I was watching it because it was so cheesy or corny.
But it didn't.
And it just didn't.
No, it's super flat. There's almost no humor in it at all.
And I feel like the reason why it falls really flat to me is because I think there could be a good Death Race movie somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that concept could be something you could take and make into a fun satire.
Because it's basically Mario Kart, except like
real life
with real death stakes, you know? And everyone loves Mario Kart. Everyone. I don't know. I think you're right. There's probably a good film to be made based off of this concept, or like a vague similarity of this concept.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't even want it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
And like it's one of those things where it's like I didn't even know this would be something that would even be on my radar. Okay, now it is. And even though I wasn't really made privy to this concept until a couple minutes ago, I still feel like somehow you wasted an opportunity. Like, that's sort of strange to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they figured out a way to do it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, like, and if we're getting into, like, the nitty-gritty of the trailer, I mean, like, I don't want to pick on it just because it's made for not that much money.
Yeah.
It also, I mean, like, looks shitty, too.
Yeah.
I mean, just, like, the directorial style on display, like, there's really not really a whole lot going on. And in terms of the trailer, like, this thing is cut like they just like chose shit at random.
It's super weird.
Yeah, you get a random shot of a naked woman from behind, and she's standing in front of a man who's in like BDSM gear.
Yeah. Well, there's like a car there too, right?
Yeah.
So there's sort of relevant, I guess.
Maybe a little bit, but like what happens before and after that shot bears no relevance to it. And I think they are mostly just trying to get asses in seats just on the basis of shock alone.
Absolutely.
And that's just not enough for me.
Right. I mean, it's a Red Band trailer, so they're like, well, we gotta have some nudity in it of some sort.
I guess.
Yeah, because the super obviously cheap gore that we have in it isn't quite enough. So let's show the backside
there
of a
will be
naked woman.
a butt.
Yeah, there will be a butts. Ugh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have ended on this one. We should have ended on Alien Covenant, maybe.
Yeah,
This was a
'cause
little
then-
bit of like a whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
We haven't given our review yet of it. It's if you haven't
I'm just so
guessed
disappointed.
yet. But like, it's why are we disappointed? This wasn't even like
on our radar.
or on our GPS. Another car joke. So why are we? So
We weren't even
disappointed?
making trailer jokes.
No.
During.
No.
That's how shitty it is.
Yeah.
It just like zaps your
I don't
fun.
understand why we're so disappointed in it, because it's like not something that we even had any expectations for at all, period.
Yeah.
It's like as the trailer was going,
It somehow
like,
diminished
wait,
our.
hold on, I'm disappointed in this.
I think maybe the disappointment more stems from the standpoint of like a parent to a child. Like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like your kid comes home and they just shit on your couch. Like, you don't know why. It's like they just straight up pooped on your couch.
Yeah.
And it's so bewildering and shocking and upsetting, but you can't be mad because it's so fucking weird. And you just look at your kid and you're like, what? No, don't do that ever. Now go clean up that shit. And that's kind of what I want to say to the creative
creators,
team
yeah.
behind Death Race. What number are we on?
2050.
Thank you. Dude, clean this up. Like, just fucking, you got to do something here, man.
Should we say it together?
3, 2, 1. Never need to see
it.
You know, nope.
No,
Don't
no.
have to at all. Yeah.
Happy 2017, everyone.
On that note, crash.
Only 43 years away from Death Race 2050. Did I do the math right? Because
You did. No,
thank God.
No, you did.
I was halfway through that sentence. I'm like, wait,
Oh, no.
shit.
Arithmetic, my greatest foe. That's going to be it for us.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was quick. The two segments you guys are familiar with. Let's get our toes wet in 2017.
Yeah,
that's
yes.
what this was.
Is us dipping into the pool right now. Unfortunately, there is a lot of blood and shit in that pool due to Death Race 2050. Ignore that. Don't
Yeah.
worry. You won't get dysentery. We have methods of cleaning around here.
This has been a pleasure.
This was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you for joining us again. Welcome back.
Welcome
to
back.
listening to
Yeah,
us.
and we're just so excited to be here and to keep doing this for you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and I'm excited. I'm excited to keep on going. And we're having a little bit of hiccup with iTunes right now. If you had noticed, there's some episodes that are disappearing from our iTunes. We're going to get that figured out too. Anywho, don't worry about that. We'll figure it out. I know you're worried. You're worried that all of them are going to disappear and then you're going to have no trailer hitch to listen
But
to.
I loved episode 4 so much. And like we're just slowly watching episode 4 slowly get to the bottom
Yep.
of that list.
Well, it's episode 3 right now is the bottom, I think.
Dude, 4 is coming out. By the
Yeah.
time this comes out, 4 will be the bottom
That's
one.
true, yeah.
Listen to it now while you have the chance, everyone.
Anyway, if you guys like listening to us, please rate us on iTunes.
Please do.
Rate and review.
Subscribe to us.
Subscribe
on
Please
iTunes.
subscribe, yes.
You can also listen to us on Stitcher. You can also listen to us on WordPress. Feel free to hit us up at our Facebook. Email us, please, at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com. If you are anyone involved in the creative team of Death Race 2050, please email in and explain yourself. If you think Prometheus is fucking terrible and you need James to know that, please feel free to email us.
Yeah,
I
Something
think.
Dunkirk. We didn't have anything with Dunkirk. That's
No,
fine.
I don't think we said anything controversial there.
Interstellar was overall just fine.
Kind of hard to hear.
It was fine.
It was harder to hear. Yeah. But otherwise, no. Guys, thank you very much. We'll be back probably in a couple of weeks. We're
Yeah.
going to have some more trailers for you. Eventually, we're going to get some more trailer in the rear views up
Get around
there.
to it.
But until then, we hope you guys have a good night. James, cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Bye.
You can't mount holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch.